live? Hold on, let me pull it up and see. I have my glasses on because if I put my glasses on, you can see there's just a horrid glare. So we'll not use glasses, but that means I have to have my iPad so I can see the texts or messages coming in. So let's, oh my gosh, now that I'm blind as a bat. Should have had this set up before, Sam. Nice job. I was just checking, make sure the other lights are on too, but wow, I have a new, I can't show you, but I have a ring light around this tripod stand that I have that's sitting on the desk because I finally found the perfect tripod stand to be on the desk here in the truck. So let me see if I can pull this out, and then it's gonna be like really close to my face too, like, because I can't see. Let's see if we can pull it up. What's this? Let's get going, Sam. Come on. Lessons from the back road, right? Back roads. Back roads. Lessons from the back roads. Yep, there we are. I see it. Let's see them. Come on. There it is. So yeah, so everybody can hear me. Oh, hat is crooked. Nobody told me my hat was crooked. There we go. It's not like I need it anyways. I've had it on for all day. There we go. That's better. Alright, and I have the chat pulled up now. So, that's good. Let me turn that down. Alright, so now when you chat, I can actually see it and not just be like, what? Yeah, no, nobody wants to see my face that close up. Anyways, how's it going, guys? Happy holidays, because they're right around the corner, as in like a couple days away is Christmas, and I think it's Hanukkah now. I'm not sure, to be honest. And I think Saturday is Yule, so that's one that I'll be personally celebrating, and then family will be celebrating Christmas. So yeah. God, this hat is bothering me. If I take it off, you can see how horrible my hair is. It's dead flat from wearing a hat. I could put this, I did finish my crochet project, was a hat. It's the first one I've ever done. It looks kind of silly, not gonna lie. So I roll it up like that, and then, which doesn't look that bad really, but then you go look and you're like, Sam, what the hell are the holes in the top for? So let's show you this hat. I can't remember where the back is either. So there it is. It is a little tight. I don't look super terrible, but yeah. I don't know if I like it or not. It is warmer than what this one is. This one's just a little floppy. It's like wearing a t-shirt out in the middle of a snowstorm. This one does have where it covers my ears, and it would keep the wind down, because that's the problem I have with this one is I get ear infections easily, and this one the wind just goes right through it into my poor little ears. But yeah, we're just gonna take that one off. That one is for when no one can see me, guys. We'll put this one back on and get it all situated so we don't look completely stupid. There we go. Perfect. All right. So yes, right now I am in, God, what state am I in? South Carolina? Yes, so somewhere east of Columbia, South Carolina, I think. I'm pretty sure I went through Columbia already. But I'm headed down to Savanah. I got delivered down there 8 o'clock in the morning. And I have a whole bunch of just like office furniture or something in the back. But that's going to Savannah at 8 a.m. And then after that, I can just drive right on home. That's a 3-hour drive home, which isn't too bad. It's what I normally do from home. Just normally I'm coming from like Charlotte or something like that, or even where Spartanburg, or down just a little south of Spartanburg. Anyways, so yeah, that's the plan. So I'll get there tomorrow, which is Thursday, which I have to remember. So I'll have all day Friday to love up on my doggies, and all day tomorrow because nobody's going to be there when I get there. It's just going to be my poor doggies, which is good because I miss them a lot. I don't trust this truck to not break down. Like, if this truck never broke down again, I would have the dogs in here. But as it is, the last time it broke down, it was just such a nightmare because I had both dogs with me. So now I'm just like, okay, can't trust this truck to not break down, so I can't take the dogs with me. But when I don't have the dogs with me, I get super depressed. The only reason I am not right now at the end of 3 weeks being out on the road is because I had 2 weeks off before I came out last time. It was Thanksgiving, and I had the week of Thanksgiving off because I had, I don't know, gone the load that I had to go home. I got to deliver that one early or something like that. So I had the whole week of Thanksgiving and then the whole week after Thanksgiving because I had a market that I was doing. So I had 2 weeks off to fully recuperate from this job. So I can totally do this 3 weeks without missing my dogs and without getting super depressed. As you noticed, because there's been videos up on the channels. Like, that's the only time I post videos anymore, is when, like, I'm in a good mood and I feel like pulling the camera out. Usually if I'm depressed, I don't feel like pulling the camera out, and I super don't feel like editing a video. So that's why there's been pretty consistent, like, I've tried to do at least one video a week. I think I have 1 or 2 more videos that I need to edit that are just on this phone here, so I'll get those edited probably tomorrow. Actually, you know what, that might be something I do while they're unloading the truck, actually. So maybe it'll get done tomorrow, but it won't be posted until next week because I'm trying to stay consistent. So if you stay consistent, then we'll have 1 video a week, and then if we have some layover ones, I'll just keep pushing them back until the depression kicks in, then we just stop making videos again. Easy. So yeah, the other news I have is, I don't know if I put it in any of the other videos. I'm pretty sure I haven't done a live or a shorts. But for the entire month of
morning, the rising.
My bad, guys. That was a phone call. My mama was calling, but she can wait. So where was I? Oh, for the entire month of November, right? So all the way up until just after things like just before the beginning of December, actually. I was planning on moving to Iowa. I'll throw that out there. I was all set to move. That's why I brought all my stuff down from New York, was because I was moving to Iowa. I had an apartment all lined up. I had been sending little Facebook Marketplace listings to my mom so she can go get me furniture, because I don't have anything except for, I think I have a couch, a love seat, a chair, a TV, and then like a 15-year-old mattress and box springs that just sit on a metal platform, I guess, but it's not really a platform, it's just like the frame, so metal frame on wheels. That, and then like I do have office stuff, so I have a desk and a chair and computer and all that, but like for a bedroom suite I have a dresser and an armoire. But that is the complete encompassing stockpile of what I own in furniture. So I sent her listings for like kitchen table and chairs because I was gonna need some. I sent her listings for a coffee table, and she found somebody who was giving away an entire bedroom suite, right? I bought a brand new mattress, and then December rolled around and there were some things that were going on that I'll talk about maybe later, not in this video, but later. So I will not be moving to Iowa now. Oh, and so when we were up in New York, I went to this Amish marketplace called the Windmill. If you've ever been to Penny in New York, you know about the Windmill. And it was their holiday market, which I have in a video. And I picked up like whole bunch of stuff for house up there. So like kitchen, not appliances, but like, God, I don't even remember what I got, like a rolling pin and just a whole bunch of stuff. And then I bought some what are the placemats? Not placemats. I have placemats, but not that time. When you take out something hot, what is it called? pot holder, that's it. Yeah, so there was a lady who was selling handmade pot holders. So I got a set of 4 because I was just gonna pick up one, and my mom was all like, no, you gotta have a set. And so I picked up 4 set, like a set of 4, and they have corn on them because the running joke was I'm moving to Iowa. Iowa's full of corn, so I need to have my kitchen as set up with corn. And it wasn't just plain corn, it was corn. Okay, that was how I was pronouncing it, corn, because I was moving to Iowa. Anyways, now I have all my corn pot holders, and I'm not moving to Iowa. So yeah, we're gonna stay in North Carolina. We're gonna keep doing the Pages of Magic stationery business. We're gonna try and expand a little bit the Wild Grove Hearth and Home pagan home decor business. I don't know how well that one's gonna go. It's kind of this new niche thing that I was just gonna try out for a little bit, see if I liked it. And then we're working on the Backroads Nation homestead. So that was what I did last night. I applied for the North Carolina State Tax and was it Sales and Revenue Tax Certificate or Form or something. I don't remember what it was that I applied to, but it was on the North Carolina website and I needed it. So I filled it out and got that sent in. So as long as everything goes through okay, we will officially be the Backroads Nation homestead. So it'll be lessons from the backroads. Will not only be like backroads like you drive on, but also the backroads like the Backroads homestead. Except it's Backroads Nation homestead, because there is another Backroads homestead, and I believe they're either out of Missouri or Arkansas or Texas, and I can't remember which of the 3. So yeah, that's what's going on. Sorry, I have to look down at my chat again. This is my stupid face, watching my stupid face. But I can't see. And I have contacts. I just don't know where I put them. Plus, I wouldn't use them anyways because they're old. Like at least 3 years old. Which might be why I can't remember where I put them. I might have just thrown them away, to be honest. I do need to go to the eye doctor again so I can get some new glasses because these are about 2 years old. But I just love these ones so much because they have the polarizing, so when you go outside they're dark, and they're Ray-Bans. Like, they were freaking expensive sunglasses. Nope, not even sunglasses, expensive glasses, like glasses. I can't talk, my brain is just fried now. What else has been going on? Not a lot, to be honest. After I decided not to move to Iowa, there was this opportunity that came up. There's a farm out of Fayetteville, North Carolina that's doing a homesteader starting kit. Homesteader starters kit. So they were offering a 6-week-old Great Pyrenees puppy, 2 goats, 2 pigs, and 6 laying hens. And it was all gonna be for $1,000. And I saw it and I went, oh, I could do that. So I called up my mom and I was like, hey, so how much do you want me to move back home? Because if you have the room for it, I would like to get this homesteader starter kit. And she just went, oh my gosh. And then I emailed the people. I was like, hey, if you have one still available, I'd like one of the packages, please. And then the next day I was thinking through, I'm like, gosh, you know what, there's no fences set up at the house, there's no housing for these animals, I don't have feed buckets, I don't have any of that stuff, right? So maybe it's not the best idea that I just do this just off the top of my head, just scrolling through Facebook and see a post on there. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should just use our brain, think a little bit more. Yeah, I think everybody knows that thinking is not a strong suit of mine. So I did actually email them back and be like, I'm gonna hold off for a bit until until we are more prepared. So we will not be doing that, at least for the moment. Maybe once I get my own piece of property and have the money to put fencing up and all that, maybe then we will. I've also been looking at farmers markets because I'd like to just start going to some farmers markets to see like how populated they are, but then what everybody's offering. Because if I ever want to do it myself, I need to know what sells. Do people actually go to these markets? Is there something that's oversaturated? Is there something that nobody is offering at all? I know 100% I'm not starting off with animals, so it'll be all just whatever's in the ground, fruits, vegetables, all that stuff. So I found there's one in Charlotte, which is just down the road from where we live, and then there's one huge one up in Wilmington, and they actually are more strict. So that tells me that that's a bigger market, which I probably shouldn't start at. I should probably start at the local one first and then move up to that just every year. At least have my first year and see how it goes, and then move up to the higher one. So maybe if we can get stuff planted in the ground, aside from what my mom and stepdad have, then we can do maybe a farmer's market or something when I'm in town. That would be nice. But yeah, so I did have to tell my niece and nephew back when I was planning on moving that I was moving to Iowa, and they were not happy with me because actually, it was right before Thanksgiving, we started a brand new Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So when I told them that I was moving to Iowa, they were super mad and upset. And so I was trying to work out in my head how I could possibly do this remotely with like cameras and everything. I think we could probably do it on Zoom, and if not Zoom, then like, I don't know, Facebook Messenger or something like that. But I think it'll work out okay. And I felt really bad too because I had got them each their own set of dice, and like the dice rolling mat is like a little rectangle. I don't think I have mine here, but it's what you roll your dice in anyways before, so that the dice don't roll all over the place, because oh my gosh, trying to get those kids to just roll the dice on the table and not have it just fly everywhere and lose the dice was just becoming a nightmare. So I wish I would have taken pictures of the two pairs of dice that I got them, because I got my niece, it was kind of like a jade color dice, but it had cherry blossoms either painted on the sides of them or inside of the resin that it was made out of. And then my nephew, his were so they were black, but they had blue, it looked like eyes that floated inside of them, because again, they were resin dye. So anytime you rolled them, the eye would just roll with the dye. It was the coolest thing. I kind of wish I'd gotten myself a pair of those too, but I got myself shoot, I don't even remember when I get home I'll have to put it up. But yeah, I'm completely drawing a blank of what dice I got myself. I don't know. I have no idea. But then I also got, because Black Friday, I think, or Cyber Monday, they had huge discounts on Amazon for the little Dungeons and Dragons figurines. So I got like a ton of those. And I got them before I had 100% decided what was going to happen. And so I was like, awesome. So I just spent like $100 on these figurines. And now, one, I have to pack them up and move them like 1,500 miles. And two, the kids are never going to see them except on camera. So it's like, I was so upset. But now, I think we're going to try and get it set up maybe every Saturday night or something like on the weekends, so we can play our little game of Dungeons and Dragons. Because now, like, we were playing Quest, which is this whole separate game. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's more for like younger kids. And so they got the basics down. So now I had them do a whole new character sheet, and they went through the whole thing with like all the stats and everything. So now they're getting the actual experience of playing it. And it's funny because my stepbrother, Elijah, he also played on Thanksgiving, and he loved it. There were a couple moments where he was just laughing. He's like, okay, I like this game now. And so I'm gonna probably offer, if he wants to play, he could probably play too. And that will make it a little bit easier for me, so I don't have to play a character with the kids and be the DM. I can just be the DM. But yeah, so I don't know. Is there anybody in here that wants to ask a question or anything? I don't know. I'm just gonna talk probably to myself for the next 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. I mean, I talk to myself anyways, but we all know that. That's pretty much all that's been going on. And you've noticed in my last video, if you watched it, I did get my motorcycle is down here, so I'm excited to be able to ride that when I get home. And then I also finally, after what, 4 or 5 years, have the light bar and the 2 square lights that go on the bumper of my truck. So I'm super excited. When I get home, I have to get what was it? I think a 30 amp fuse for one of the fuse boxes to one of the lights, because the one I came with, it was too short or something, so it burned out. Too small, so it burned out. So I need a 30 amp, but once we do that, then we're gonna ride up some back roads at night and see how good those lights truly are. Yeah, because we've tested them, but just tested it in the driveway. Like, we installed it literally the day before I left for work the last time. So like, we installed it that night, and the next day I was leaving out to go pick up my load and head. It was supposed to go to Michigan, and they got canceled and all that jazz. So yeah, I haven't been able to drive it and see how it goes. I'm excited for that too. Mostly the doggies though. It is very depressing here, especially on like cold nights, because there are sometimes like when it's between like 30 and 50, I will turn the truck off with the windows open and I'll lay in bed and go to sleep that way. Well, normally I have the dogs who will lay on top of me and keep me warm. Now there are no dogs to keep me warm. It's just the 2 blankets I have, and I've been waking up cold, and I'm like, really nice to have that husky right about now, huh? So yeah, I miss my doggies, but that's okay. I'm kind of glad now that I didn't get the homesteader starter kit either, because whole nother dog, and that one would live outside with the animals, and I would feel horrible leaving it out there, even though I 100% know that those dogs are supposed to be out with farm animals. I would just look at it and go, puppy, I want you in the house with me. But no, you don't want Great Pyrenees in the house. They should be farm animals only, in the field with the animals to protect livestock, because whew, that's a big dog. How we doing? Nothing yet? Okay. Sorry. Again, glasses with glare, no bueno. So yes, because I had 2 weeks off for work for Thanksgiving, money has been tight these past 3 weeks, because there was a whole week and a half where I didn't get a paycheck, which kind of sucked, but it was nice because I had the experience of, I bought groceries just before I came out from Aldi's, and they had a whole bunch of pre-made meals, which was spectacular, because I had all those in the fridge to actually fit in the fridge, and they did not have to be frozen, which was nice because my fridge is only like yay big. So I've been able to cook those in the microwave every night instead of having to buy meals, which has been awesome. And then because you have all the rewards cards at truck stops, anytime I filled up, I got a free drink. So I have, hold up, this big girl. It's supposed to have water in it, so it has the like time. You're supposed to put water so that you can drink this much in that amount of time. Well, I drank water for about 2 weeks, and then I was like, okay, I need a change of taste. So yeah, anytime I stopped at a truck stop, I could get that refilled for free compared to having to buy drinks. So that's what I did. So we started out, I think one place had Lipton's raspberry iced tea, which was spectacular. I love Lipton's. That was the drink that helped me lose weight while in college. As you notice, I haven't been drinking as much of it. Just kidding. No, this is truck driver is what this is. So, yeah. So I think there was 1 or 2 places I had that, and I got it filled up for a couple days. But then ever since then, I haven't been able to find a Lipton iced tea. It's been all soda or pink lemonade. And so what I did is I've been doing pink lemonade and then filling up the last like little bit with Sprite to give it a little zing. Guys, my body doesn't handle citrus well, so the pink lemonade was giving me indigestion so bad that my heartburn was just crazy. It would wake me up at night. So can't do pink lemonade. What's left? Soda. So for the last 2 days, like, I tried really hard to not drink soda this entire time, and now I have been doing better, because if you notice, there's only this much gone, right? And this, I got this filled up this morning, and that's all I drank out of it. So that is pretty good. I am proud of myself on that one. I didn't drink the whole freaking thing in one drive, which is what I normally would do before. But yeah, ever since Thanksgiving, I came out and I'm like, okay, you know what? We have all this food prepared already in the refrigerator. Let's eat that and drink our water and our cranberry juice and no soda. I was just like, let's just do it. We can do this. We need to get slimmer. We need to get healthier. Let's try it. So I did. And I lasted for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be honest. I also, this one isn't open yet, but I also used chocolate milk too, so that I wouldn't crave the sugary of the soda. But yeah, I cracked the last 2 days because I couldn't find my tea, which I love so much. And now they've just raised the price on it. Oh, freaking inflation. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. Other than that, like, there's not a lot been going on. Uh-oh, we got text. Oh, nothing important. Okay. I have my PlayStation in here, and so when I had my 34-hour reset, that's what I was playing. I was doing, gosh, what have I played? Hogwarts Legacy has brought up most of it. And then Vampire, which was an older game. And then I think it's Avalon Space Colony. I believe that's what it's called. That's what I've been playing. I think those 3 games are the majority of what I played on there so far. I do miss having my laptop because I had Baldur's Gate 3 on there and I was playing it religiously. And then I was gonna leave out the house and I'm like, do I really need to take it with me? We're trying to get this truck cleaned. That would be one more thing that I have to bring with me. And so I'm like, no, let's not, because we have this giant tripod that we gotta bring now. And so I didn't, and now I miss it a lot. But I only have 1 week off this week for Christmas, so gotta make sure that we stay rested and we stay out of the truck, because if we go into the truck, it won't give us that reset. I don't want our brain to be all wonky. It won't say, oh yeah, we haven't worked in a while, we're good to go again. It will be, oh, we were just in this truck yesterday, we don't want to be here. Brains are dumb. Yeah, there's not much else going on, guys. I apologize. I probably didn't need to do a live tonight, but it's a Wednesday and I felt in the mood for it. I've only talked for 30 minutes, which leaves 30 minutes for absolute silence if I truly destined for it. I will say, going back to my stationery stuff, this, you can see all the stupid stickers on it. This is my Hobonichi 5-year journal. And it was my goal this year to write every day in it. So far, I only have like a couple pages left in it because of how many months there are. But yeah, if you notice, I have wrote in it nearly every day. I think the only space that's in it, coincidentally, is the 2 weeks, I think, yeah, for Thanksgiving. Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, it's completely full for that first year, and I'm so excited, and I'm very proud of myself. You guys don't have to be, it's okay. But yeah, and these are just places that I've gotten fountain pens from. So that's Goulet Pens, got a fountain pen from them. That one is Goulet Pens. Another fountain pen, Yoseka is my favorite one in New York City. Got a pen from them. Aspen, didn't get fountain pens, but I did get one of their mystery pen packs. Droomgles, got a pen from them. Goulet Pens, again, another pen. That one's Goulet Pens. This one is actually, I think it was Planner Sticker Shop. I can't remember the name of it. This one is actually one of my stickers. And then this one is one of my stickers for Halloween. And those two are two of my favorite ones. So they make it onto the 5-year journal. They will be here probably for the next 5 years. So it goes from 2023 to 2027, if you can see right in there. And it's about the size of the Bible. The pages are about as thin as a Bible page. You can see right there. Thin as a Bible page. You can actually almost see through it. But it takes fountain pens really well. And I don't know if you guys have noticed from my starting a stationery company, but I love fountain pens. I have bought an excessive amount of fountain pens, more than I should have this year. I actually have one in this bag. This is my favorite journaling case bag too. So this is one. I don't remember anything about this pen. I believe it's a Conklin. Nope. Monteverde. It's a Monteverde. There it is. And it has this nice, see, look at that tip. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. But it has this, look. Hear that? You hear that? Click. I love it. And it doesn't wiggle. So I love this pen. It's one of my favorites. I didn't realize that I had washed it out so I could put new ink in it and put it in my favorite bag. I was looking all over the place when I was home last for that damn pen. And it turns out it was in that bag all along. But I don't have any ink in the truck here to put in it, so it has to wait until I go home again. I do have, what else do we got? I do have some pens with me to use. They're in my little go bag for my pens. But I have this Sailor one. It's just purple Sailor. And it twists open. That's what we'll do for the rest of 30 minutes. We're just going to go through my pens. There it is. And it actually has purple ink in it. There it is. That is one I like. When I first got this, I hated this pen. Like, it was a pretty color, but I hated the way it wrote. Well, then I tried a different ink in it. And now I love how it writes. It's so smooth and it's like really, really fine writing. Then I have, oh gosh, these two. Right, so they're Twisbees. This was the first one I got, and it's like a blue color. It looks like it has spilled some ink in it, you can see that. It's not going to focus, but that's okay. But it's a really pretty color. And I can't even remember what color it is. It's like a diamond blue or something like that. Well, then online, I saw that they had a purple one. And I thought, in my stupid brain, in their pictures, I thought this pen was the same thing as this pen. And as you can see, there is quite the size difference. Okay. They're nearly identical, except one is what a guy would call short, and one is what a, no, I'm just kidding. Like, but yeah, so, but I love the color. Like, if you look at that, it's got the same metal material as this one, it's just shorter, and purple is gorgeous. So this is becoming another one of my favorites, although I'm not a huge fan of the company TWSBI. And if you guys know anything about fountain pens, you'll probably know all about the TWSBI conflict that went on. We don't need to get into that because this isn't my stationery business. This one is a Kaweco. It's like a baby blue color. So I'm not a huge fan of these pens, but I love the color of this one. So they don't come with this post. That's not post. I forget what it's called. But it doesn't come with this clip on it either. I had to buy that separate. But this one, actually, I got a huge wide tip for it. And so this one I use primarily when I'm writing in my journal, and I use it for like dates, like December 8th. I would write out and I would use the big fat so it looks more more like cursively. I can't describe it. And then I have two of my favorites too. Mostly all these in this bag are my favorites because I don't like bringing the other ones with me. So these two are identical, almost identical, except the orange one is matte and the purple one is metal. So this is like a matte plastic. These are Lambys. So this one's Lamy Safari Orange, I believe it's called. Actually has a black clip on it. And then this one was Lamy something purple with a silver clip on it. And this one was a re-release of a purple pen that they did. And actually, I had bought this one. I have a white one, which is the first pen I ever bought. Then I got this one. And then I had heard from Goulet Pens, actually, their podcast, that they came out with a purple one like in 2016? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want a purple one. I love how these things write. And so I went on eBay to look up the purple one, and it was $200 and something. And I went, oh, okay, I don't need a purple one that bad. Like a month later, they re-released the purple one. And so I'm like, oh, I gotta get it now. Especially, these are cheap pens. They're not cheap. They're not cheaply made or anything. They are really quality made. But they're, I think, $30, which is pretty cheap compared to a lot of them. And then we'll go to my current favorite pen and how it writes. And it's a Pilot Metropolitan in blue. It does have a little bit wider of a nib on it. So it's a flex nib, which means it has the full calligraphy-like tip. But yeah, I do like how that one writes. And then I have this cheap pen, which is still metal. It seems high quality. But this is a Jinhao, which is Chinese made. And Jinhao is known for their knockoffs. So they're Chinese knockoffs of a lot of popular pens. So the Jinhao, I believe, I want to say Jinhao 79 or Jinhao 80. It's not the 82. I think 79 is what this one is. It's supposed to be a knockoff, I believe, of the Pilot Metropolitan, but I can't remember. And then we have one of my most expensive pens, guys. This is a Monte Verde, and it is Trees of the World, which is why there's wood on it. Guys, this was my splurge for the year, I gotta say. Look, there's the nib. So I just said that $29.99 or $30 pen was a cheap pen. That's because there are pens like this, which was, I believe, between $200 to $250. Yeah, and this is still considered an economical pen. There are pens that are between $1,000 to $5,000. That I will never buy those. And then on the very high end, for like these limited edition, one of a kind, there was one that was like this metal, it looked like Batman, and it had, its case was the Batmobile, and that was $11,000. I will never, never, never. That one right there was the most expensive pen I will ever buy, unless I want a nice sailor pen. But even then, I just can't justify it to myself. That's a lot of money. And after I got that one, I'm like, I should not have spent that money. So we know now, we have learned our lesson. We are not spending that much money on a pen. When I started out, I was like, okay, I like these fountain pens. I could become a collector. I'm not gonna spend over $100 on a fountain pen because that's crazy. And I did, and then I felt bad about it. And that you shouldn't. It could be worse. It could be drugs, right? That's what we always gotta say. It could be worse. It could be drugs. It could be worse. It could be meth. It could be crack. It could be, I don't even, LSD. I don't even know what kind of drugs are out there other than meth and crack. Or it could be heroin. There we go. I got the big three, right? That's all that matters. So let's see. Nothing else going on? That's cool, guys. I actually prefer it this way because I get super nervous when people pop in and start chatting. Even though the people that do, I know them. It's fine. I know, like, Tina would, oh gosh, Mo would, Joe would, Brad sometimes. There's just some people that I know that will pop in there and talk. And even then, I still get nervous talking to them. So it's probably better that I stick to myself. There's a reason that I can drive a semi-truck by myself 3 weeks out of a month and be completely fine, never speaking to another human soul other than my mother. Like, my mother and one driver. One other driver. Like, me and another guy will talk. And that's it. 2 people is who I talk to for the majority of my conversations in 3 weeks. But it's okay. And my dogs, normally, they're the ones that I talk to. But they're not here. Guys, I can't describe how much I miss my dogs. I want to go home and just snuggle their faces. And it's funny because on Facebook, I have the animal shelter where I got Sienna on there. And every once in a while, they'll post pictures of dogs or puppies that they have available for adoption. Well, one time there was a husky, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could get Nora a husky sibling. That would be amazing. And then Nora, being Nora, is an a-hole and would do something. And we're like, oh yeah, that's why we don't need another husky in the house at the moment. That's why. But they just posted, I think today or yesterday, that they have puppies. And the puppies look like they could be little Siennas. They're like 6 weeks old or something crazy young. And I'm like, oh, puppy. If I got one of those, they have the same genes as Sienna. They would be just as sweet as Sienna. But again, Sienna's getting older. She does not need a puppy pouncing around on her. It was probably a mistake to let Nora come in and just roughhouse with her. And yes, Nora would love a little puppy that she could roughhouse with, but I don't know. I don't want 3 dogs at the moment. And we don't even have our own place to live. I had actually considered it when I was going to move to Iowa. I was like, ooh, you know what? We're going to live on our own. There's going to be a spare bedroom. We could just make it the dog's room, and I could get either another dog or like a little black cat. And as long as I get it as a little guy, it could grow up with Nora. And then immediately I went, Nora would kill the cat. Nora would 100% eat the cat. There would be nothing. I'd be looking for a freaking cat, and there would be nothing. There'd just be like black hair all up in Nora's face. So no cats for Sam. Not to mention Sienna. Although Sienna has been around cats before, she just likes to play with them and chase them until they spin around and slap her in the face, which is hilarious, but probably not the best for either animal. So, yeah, no cats. And no more dogs until we have our own place to live. But we will work on that. That's a goal for 2024, is to get our own place to live. That's not our car, which I thought about doing before I started trucking. We're not going to do that. And it cannot be semi-truck as a place to live. No. This could be the job, but we need someplace to live that's not this. Because this is getting exhausting. I mean, right now it's not too bad, but I had 2 weeks off to recuperate. Before then, yeah, it got weird. It was exhausting. And it doesn't help that the truck breaks down so much. And it doesn't help that I think it was last year I went from like January to the end of April without taking time off. Like, I was on the road for 3 or 4 months straight. It was crazy, and that caused some issues. So thank God for psychologists and therapists, because whoo, yeah, we definitely need our own place to live that's not a semi-truck. Other than that, I don't have a lot, but it looks like we need to use up 15 minutes more. So what else do I have for you? Absolutely nothing. Oh, I did see if I find it. Hold, please. Hold, or holding. So I have a bunch of books, and I don't have my glasses on. I can't even see what I'm looking for, to be honest. Let's put these on here. Oh, let there be light. Oh my goodness. Don't you feel stupid now, Sam? Oh, so I went to a... God, what was the place called? Goodwill. I went to a Goodwill. Oh my gosh, where is it? And I bought a book. And I can't find the book now, of course, because I'm talking about it. Anyways, it was a brand new book. Brand new book. And it was on goats. And let me tell you, I got that book because it was like $1 or $2. I got that book 2 days before I found that post on the Homesteader Starter Kit. And so I was like, maybe this is a sign. No, Sam, it was not a sign. It was a sign that you need to do more research before you just go jumping in trying to buy a whole bunch of goats and pigs and chickens and dogs. So we will not be doing that. Instead, I'm thinking of this. This is about raising rabbits for meat. Yeah, because I think if I was going to homestead, rabbits seem like the easiest animal compared to even chickens. Because for one, all that food that I got from Aldi's was a lot of chicken. So I'm so sick of chicken right now. I know it can be cooked 100 different ways and all that, but I'm sick of the taste of chicken. You know, I'm not sick of the taste of is rabbits. Why? Because I've never ate a rabbit before. I'd have to get over the cuteness factor. But that, I got help from Nora, who when, I don't know if I said this before in a video, back, it was like the first month or two that I had Nora, I had taken her out on the road with me. The truck we were in, of course, naturally, broke down. So we were at the dealership out in Iowa, and it was like 90 degrees outside, and they wouldn't let me in the shop to wait because I had the dogs with me. So we sat outside on a little grassy knoll, just waiting in the heat. Not a great idea, let me tell you. I do not do well in the heat. But I was just sitting there, and I look over, and her and Sienna are digging in the dirt. I'm like, you guys can't be digging. I gotta fill this hole back in. I get up there, and it looks like Nora has dug something that scratched her mouth because it's all covered in blood. I'm like, oh, Nora, what are you doing? I can't take you to the vet. We're on the road. I don't even know where the closest vet is. And then I saw something moving in the dried grass where they were digging. Stupid me had allowed them to get up there out of sight, not paying attention, and they had come upon a baby rabbit's nest. I don't know how many they ate because I'm pretty sure they were all gone, but Nora had led Sienna to a rabbit's nest and they ate all the baby bunnies. Nora was just, her whole face, like her muzzle, covered in blood. there was nothing left. Like, I couldn't even pull bones out of her mouth because it was gone. And then even Sienna was licking her chops. Like, Sienna, come on. You're my nice, sweet older girl, and here you are just gobbling down some baby bunnies. But so that got me over the fact that, yeah, but they're so cute. Yeah, but you can also eat them. Like, cows are cute too. Have you seen the cows on TikTok? They're so cute. But you know what else is cute? A hamburger going in my mouth. Not really, because I don't like hamburgers, but steak. A nice steak is also really good. So maybe rabbits are the same way. Plus, you get the pelts, and rabbit pelts are really furry and nice, and you can use those for gloves and everything else. But yeah, so I think, I say this now until eventually down the line I actually get rabbits, and they're like, oh, they're so soft and cuddly. Actually, my niece, she's raised rabbits for 4-H, and I joke all the time when I go to their house. I'm like, so you ready to cook up one of those rabbits so we can have some rabbit stew? And she always says no. And I'm like, oh, well, what good are they? You just raise them and sell them? You could raise them and kill them and eat them, and that would be better. But no, she don't want to try rabbit. So I joke with her that one of these days I'm going to cook up rabbit stew, and I'm not going to tell her, and she's just going to eat it. And I'll be like, ha! Gotcha! That was Oreo that you just ate. You know, that's how you cause childhood trauma, Sam. Then she's going to need the therapist. Like, well, I got a good number for you, kid. Oh, yes. I'm the bad influence aunt. That's what I am. It's okay. I enjoy that title because, as you know, I am quite the bad influence. Yeah. Anybody who knew me growing up in high school is just laughing out loud right now. I am the opposite of a bad influence. Other than this right here, my mouth, I do have quite the foul mouth. And I blame my father for that. He had the dirtiest mouth. Yep, so that's all on you. Yep. Yeah, all the curse words, I'm pretty sure all the curse words. Yeah, they all came from Dad because my mom, she didn't really curse that much. She grew up in a super kind of religious family, so yeah, she didn't really learn to curse until she met my dad, and he was quite the foul-mouthed non-sailor. So, yeah, I grew up, I curse. My brother, he's more conservative with it, but I think it's because he has kids too. You never know. He could be just naturally more calming. I think it's more stress relieving for me, especially driving. Like, they say, oh, you got a trucker's mouth. If you guys had to drive in the shit that we do, you would be just as cursing as what we are. Oh my gosh, I made a whole song earlier today on cursing. I will not sing it on here because I don't want to get, you know, those red warning signs next to all my videos for adult language and content, where they, I forget, they call it demonetized when you actually get money, but I don't get money anyway, so it's not demonetized. Anywho, I don't remember. Yeah, maybe I will make a TikTok on the song because that was hilarious. It included a lot of curse words. So it was fun to make. And it was actually, I made that as like somebody was being stupid around me on the road in a construction area, which is, don't do that to semi-trucks. Come on now, you're supposed to be on your best behavior when you're going through a construction zone. What are you doing with your life? Goodness. Yeah, excuse me. I got nothing else, guys. Like, my mouth is dry. I'm about ready to chug some of this chocolate milk, but I gotta open it first. I can't do that without my glasses on, guys. Look what you did to me. I'm about ready to hit myself in the face with how close I am to this chocolate milk. I guess I should shake it. I don't even remember what time I got this. It's warm, so that tells me it's not fresh. January 8th is when it's best by, so it should be fine. Worst I do is get sick, right? But let me tell you, I have gotten spoiled milk before when I've done this. It wasn't recently, it was back when I was, I think, teenager, in my 20s or something, back in that small little rinky-dink town I grew up in. I went there for a drink, and it was, I don't know if you guys remember, they were kind of this size. It was like Oreo milk or something like that they had, and I got one. I took a big swig of it and I just spit it out. I'm like, ooh, that was some sour shit. And then I look on the date on it, it was like 3 months past due, and I'm like, what? So gross. I will remember that moment forever now. So now I always sniff to make sure it don't smell spoiled. Yeah, it's warm milk. It's not bad though. We'll probably just go to bed after this live, actually, because we do have to get up in the morning early. So it's almost 7 now. So it's due at 8 o'clock. I'm still a couple hours away. So say we get up, let's see. It's due at 8 o'clock. Say we get there 7:30. So a couple hours before then, we'll want to get up, or we'll leave out. Maybe like 5:15 is when we'll leave out. So that means we gotta be up at like 4:45, 4:30-ish. Yeah. See, that's how you plan out your route. It's just doing math in your head. Who said you're never going to use math in your life? You do it all the time. You just do it in your brain. That was the one thing I was watching. For some reason, it popped up on my YouTube channel. It was something to do with homesteading, but anyways, they were talking about homeschooling. And the one was like, oh yeah, my 7-year-old doesn't know how to read yet. And the other was like, yeah, my 17-year-old doesn't know her, what are they, multiplication tables. And I was like, what? 17 and she doesn't know multiplication tables? That's insane to me. Like, yeah, you might not use them all the time, but that's just like basic. That's like 1 + 1 = 2. You should know that, right? Your multiplication table, you just automatically know that. You can, like, what? The 7-year-old not learning how to read yet, that's fine, whatever. He'll read when he wants to, or you're gonna have to force him when he's like 20 to be like, oh, you gotta learn how to read now. But 17 and not knowing your multiplication table is kind of crazy. And they're like, yeah, but she's not good at math, and we know she's not good at math, and she knows she's not good at math. There's a difference between not being good at math and knowing your basic math skills. Like, you gotta kick it up a notch there, guys. You're failing somehow. Like, yeah, she might know how to milk a cow, but she needs multiplication skills. Because basic math is what it is. There's a level like addition, subtraction. You should know that. Multiplication to a level, you should know that. Anything past there, and okay, you can go off willy-nilly and go do whatever you want to teach them. That's fine. Basic math should be taught. Basic English should be taught. Like, even basic history, so we don't repeat ourselves, should be taught. Same with like public schools, government-run schools. Basic English should be taught. A basic, like, laws, constitution, that stuff should be taught. Basic how to file your taxes should be taught. All that, yeah. So both ends are failing, but one is definitely not setting a good example about homeschooling your kids when you're telling people that your 17-year-old doesn't know her multiplication table. So I don't know about that one, guys. You're setting yourself up to look bad on that one. But yeah, anywho, and don't tell me that you guys don't know your basic multiplication table, because everybody knows. Even if you can't just picture it in your head right now, which is why I was like, oh, I don't know my multiplication. Yes, I do. I know that 12 times 12 is 144. I know that 11 times 11 is 121. Why do I know these things? Because I can do the basic algebra in my head. It don't matter if I don't know the exact, like, paperwork on it. 1 to 1 is 1, 1 to 2 is 2. Like, if I can't put it in that order, if you ask me a basic question from like 1 to 12, I could give you the answer. Just automatically. For this kid not to be able to do that is scary. But anyway, not my kid. There's a reason I don't have kids. Okay. We're going to leave it at that. So thank you for joining me today, if you did. My name's Sam. This is Lessons from the Backroads, and we will see you guys later at our next Wicked Wednesday chat. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Until it doesn't end. Oh, that's asking me something. We're just gonna put our glasses on, Sam. There they go. Now you can see the glare.